Hey everyone, today we are taking a look back at Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 9, the official canon continuation of the story that started 28 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. I'm basically the same age as the show, but even after all these years, the story delivers such a powerful and meaningful experience, one that definitely deserves to be shared. At the heart of Season 9 was the story of a rather controversial yet fully canonical couple, Dawn and Xander. After the chaos of Season 8, their relationship finally got more focus, along with a healthy dose of drama. So let's begin and see where it all went.
Dawn.
Yeah?
I think she has a crush on him.
I'm the one she has a crush on. It's always been me. Big funny Xander. Oh, what, she suddenly decides I'm not the cool one anymore?
While Buffy and Spike were dealing with new enemies, the Vampires and Severin, Xander, Dawn, and even Willow chose to stay out of another war. Watching the news on TV, Xander even joked about how much Buffy's bail might cost this time. We got a glimpse into Xander and Dawn's adult life. They were living together in their own apartment in San Francisco. The couple settled into a routine. Xander went back to working in construction, and Dawn started college again from her first year. But it soon became clear things weren't as perfect as they seemed. Tension grew between them. After a fight with Dawn, Xander was sleeping on the couch, so Buffy couldn't stay at their place that night. Later, a flashback showed Xander hiding something Dawn wasn't meant to find out. Meanwhile, Willow was obsessed with the idea of restoring magic to the world. After all, Buffy had destroyed the seed of magic during the war against Angel. Since Angel had been responsible for causing the last apocalypse, Willow planned to use his son Connor to open a new reality. At the same time, Angel and Faith developed an intimate bond through their adventures. They even secured a vial of the blood of eternity, which had the power to turn Angel back into a human. Faith asked him if he had ever considered becoming mortal. He replied that he still had too many unfinished things and couldn't complete them if he were human. Faith then wondered what would happen if she made him human right away. Would he be able to accept it, or would he slowly destroy himself by continuing to do the same things he did as a vampire? This relationship became one of the emotional leitmotifs in Angel's overall arc, which made it all the more unexpected when Illyria became his canonical romantic interest by the end. Although Fred's crush on Angel might explain it, at least from a certain perspective. At that time, Buffy worked as a bodyguard for Kennedy's company Deep Scan. While staying in the dorms, the demon Eldrico asked her for help. He wanted to find out who had imprisoned him back before the seed was destroyed. But Buffy said no, she was busy with her new normal human job. Their latest unofficial client was Theo, the founder of a social network called Tin Can. It was powered by demon tech from different hell dimensions. Wolfram and Hart took interest in it, since the senior partners had fled Earth after magic ended and couldn't return. To stop them, Buffy needed help, so she brought Eldrico onto the mission. But the newest Scooby betrayed them. He made a deal with the guide to the senior partners, hoping to learn who had locked him up. Still, the Slayers won the fight. Kennedy offered Buffy a promotion, but she turned it down. She said she couldn't take it because she still is the Slayer, and her job is to protect the world. Our heroes faced both new and old big bads, like Pearl and Nash. There was also Whistler, who had been manipulating Angel from the very start. This time, Angel confronted Whistler and made him admit he used both Angel and Buffy as tools to bring about a new evolution called Twilight. I was surprised when the writers brought Drusilla back. Angel remembered chasing her in 1860. She was everything he wasn't: obedient, pure, and innocent. When he saw her, he knew she would be his masterpiece. This story gave us a deeper look into Buffyverse mythology. Vampires don't have souls, so they usually don't feel pain or emotions. But because of Angel, Drusilla was so deeply traumatized that she was able to feel all of this anyway. It was a strong and powerful plotline. In fact, in a separate comic series about Angel and Faith, much of the story focused on their pasts. Faith met her father, who reopened all her pain and sorrow. Angel was there to support her and stayed by her side through the toughest times. Besides the darker adventures, the story with Harmony and Clem added some humor to Angel and Faith's journey. Clem awkwardly told Harmony he liked her by using a tape where she turned a human into a vampire. Harmony didn't want any scandals. She had become a famous vampire star and a vampire rights activist. The world now knew about vampires, zompires, and the Chosen. Some people even became vampire slayers without special powers. We met Billy, a self-made slayer, and Devon, who chose to be a watcher. They develop a romantic interest in each other, and fate brings them to San Francisco. Buffy and Detective Dowling welcomed them to their team. However, during patrol, Buffy was suddenly teleported to a rooftop in Los Angeles. Illyria appeared and said she now represented the Council, not the Watchers' Council, but something even more important. Buffy was given a choice: join them or die. Ko and D'Hoffrin were part of the Council, both well-known figures. Their secret mission was to stop this season's big bad Siphon Severin, but sadly they made a mistake. Severin was strong enough to take Illyria's magic. He waited for the right moment and took all her powers. She turned back into Fred. Faith got a call from Buffy. Angel asked if Buffy could help fight Pearl and Nash, but Faith said she was busy with a sick girl named Dawn, someone Faith didn't even remember. Spike was shocked that Faith acted like she didn't know Buffy's sister, and Angel was confused when Spike claimed Buffy had a sister. It was a classic Ben is Glory moment.
Ben is Glory.
They're working together?
No, Ben is Glory, Glory's Ben. Ben! Glory!
Do we suspect that there may be some kind of connection between Ben and Glory?
Is everyone here very stoned?
Realizing something was wrong, Spike rushed to San Francisco to find Scoobies. Angel and Faith completed Giles' resurrection, but he returned as a young boy. It became clear that Dawn was in serious danger. At first, she got sick for no reason, and nothing seemed to help. Xander stayed with her in the hospital, but the doctors couldn't find anything wrong. Then it became obvious that without magic, Dawn, who was the key, couldn't survive. Her body was fading and she eventually slipped into a coma. Xander felt guilty for thinking Dawn would be safe if they just stayed away from the Slayer's world. Andrew tried to help but found nothing. He said Dawn's illness was magical and she needed a new body to survive. He suggested using the Buffy butt. Xander agreed and they sneaked Dawn out of the hospital dressed as doctors. Honestly, the idea of turning Dawn into a copy of Buffy sounded strange and creepy. Later, Buffy, Illyria, and Ko met with Xander and Andrew. They explained that transferring Dawn's mind wouldn't work. Buffy realized that destroying the source of magic was causing Dawn's illness. Xander got angry at Buffy. He punched a wall until his hand bled. Buffy asked if he blamed her, and he said yes. He said every time she saves the world, things just get worse. He insisted he would save Dawn on his own. In another dimension, Willow met Marek, an old enemy who looked completely different. So she didn't recognize Rek and trusted him as an ally in her quest to bring magic back to Earth. Willow reached the central magical point of that dimension, hoping to open a portal home and restore magic. Marek warned her that she didn't just need a portal. She would essentially need to create a new Hellmouth. Willow reunited with the Coven and her lover Eloine, who had shared a connection with her back in Season 8. Together they opened a portal, but magic wasn't ready to return. The other side was empty. The lovers spent some time together until Willow discovered that Alwyn had misled her, leading her away from the true source of power. Forced to leave, Willow went with Merrick. During meditation, Willow considered becoming the new Seed of Wonder, seeing a vision of herself with dark eyes and veins. She understood that she had always been the one, neither light nor dark. Her inner conflict with Dark Willow finally came to rest. At that moment, Marek tried to give Willow magic, but she pushed him away, sensing something was wrong. She then realized that Marek was actually Rek in his original form. Willow and Rek fought a magical duel across alternate realities until Rek was defeated. As a result, magic didn't return to Earth, but it returned to Willow, and now she could share it with others. Willow returned to San Francisco with the restored scythe just in time to help Buffy fight for Dawn's life, but she could only extend it by a few days. Buffy then found Xander emerging from a portal, beaten and bloody. He revealed that Severin and Simone had offered to save Dawn by reversing time, but only if he turned against Buffy. He refused. Instead, he used their plan to uncover their target, the vampire book, which pointed to the source of the power they needed. Willow discovered that the deeper well was a tomb of the Old Ones, located in Europe with 2 entrances. There she would act as a conduit, channeling magic to save Dawn's fading essence. As Dawn's memories were already slipping away, she asked Xander to stay close when the moment came. But Xander couldn't just stand by and watch, so the Scoobies boarded Kennedy's jet and flew to England. Since the well was guarded by demons in the Magic Council, Illyria and Co. joined Buffy and the group. Spike arrived in San Francisco and rushed to Dawn. She didn't remember him. Alone and scared, she locked herself in the bathroom. Spike spoke through the door, telling her stories about who she was. She couldn't remember, but she believed him. Then Spike began to forget her too. Desperate, he recorded a message to himself to hold on to his memories of Dawn before they vanished completely. During the battle at the deeper well, the Scoobies planned their next move. Xander secretly called Simone, who said they needed more time. Severin and Simone were attacking another entrance. Buffy and Willow were ready to fight, but Xander cautioned that continuing would mean death for everyone. Buffy refused to stop. She was willing to die to save Dawn. Xander then admitted he had already saved Dawn by making a deal with Simone and Severin, revealing the location of the other entrance. Illyria warned that Siphon's plan could tear the universe apart, and they had to stop it at all costs. Angry Buffy and Willow refused to help the Magic Council and jumped into the well, leaving Xander behind. Meanwhile, Simone betrayed Severin as he pulled in powerful magic. In San Francisco, Spike was frustrated because his recordings of memories with Dawn had failed, and he was upset that he had forgotten her name. Dawn, fading and turning transparent, showed Spike she was disappearing. Spike called Xander to say Dawn was vanishing and gave him a chance to say goodbye. Xander had also forgotten Dawn's name, but promised he would never stop fighting for her. Spike also told Xander that Simone was turning the Slayers into Slaypires. A roar echoed through the well. Buffy ran to fight, but Simone stopped her. She had already become a Slaypire, transformed by the Old One who had sired the first vampire in legend. Willow descended toward the source of power. The closer she got, the more her body began to glow. From her chest, a small seed of wonder emerged. She had literally given birth to new magic. Severin, writhing in pain, was urged by Illyria to transfer his energy into the seed as an act of final redemption. At last he let go of control, burning himself and Illyria as he passed his magic into the new seed. In the end, Buffy drove a stake through Simone. The entrance to the deeper well exploded. Buffy managed to reach the surface, badly beaten and covered in blood. Back in San Francisco, Willow cast a spell that safely brought Dawn back to life. Buffy and Dawn thanked Spike for watching over her. Dawn also thanked Xander, giving him a kiss on the cheek. The original Scooby Gang was finally reunited after the crisis. On the other side of the world, Angel found himself fighting Whistler and came to realize he had never been destined for any heroic prophecy. Whistler, driven by his belief in balance, had lost sight of what it truly meant to do the right thing. With his final words, he guided Angel onto a new path. The powers that be, now represented solely by Whistler, had offered Angel a new role, not as a champion, but as a half-demon charged with maintaining balance. Angel mourned Whistler's death and paused to honor his memory, but he firmly rejected the offer, unwilling to become the next demon of balance. Faith decided to leave London and follow her own path, though the two would eventually stand shoulder to shoulder again. And finally, the main mystery of Season 8, Buffy as the Vampire book. But it was empty. What had the Scoobies done in the well this time? In Santa Rosita, a red-haired girl awoke as a vampire, capable of thinking and speaking. She fought off nearby zompires, survived sunlight, and escaped in the form of a giant bat. A new beginning, a new chapter of magic.
In every generation, there is a chosen one. She is the Slayer.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Buffy Season 9, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Buffyverse content. I'm really excited to keep exploring this amazing world with you. There is a whole new universe beyond the TV show, and my favorite seasons 10 and 11 are coming soon. See you next time.